Hello, I'm Mark Ells, Barnstable's town manager, and this is my town manager update for the period of December 4th through December 10th. We continue with the preparation of the capital and operating budgets for FY 2026. The FY 2026 budget action calendar has been updated and is attached for review. We continue to accept comments on the November 12th, 2024 Town Manager fee hearing for calendar year 2025 fees. We'll accept those comments through December 11th. All comments will be taken under advisement and calendar year rates will be approved as proposed or approved for an amount less than the proposed rate, or not approved at all and therefore remain the same. And for all budget information, you can go onto the town website, look at the Town of Barnstable Open Budget webpage, or go into our finance department and you can look back and find all sorts of information on our fiscal budgets. The Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs has issued a notice of public hearing and draft regulations for implementing the Public Lands Preservation Act, now referred to by EEA as the Open Space Act. The Public Lands Preservation Act and the draft regulations concern process and mitigation for the disposition or change in use of lands or interest in lands protected under Article 97 of the amendments to the state constitution. The Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs now has posted an announcement on their website, and I give the link so that you can go in and find that information. And in this announcement, they provide notice of a public hearing that is for December 17th, and written comments were originally due through December 23rd, but now have been extended through January 22nd. The Town Attorney's Office is preparing draft comments on the draft regulation for timely submission within the comment period. And the Attorney's Office has registered remotely to attend the public hearing via Zoom. And we will keep you advised as this matter progresses. As previously reported on December 3rd of 2024, the Cape and Islands Bridge Coalition held its quarterly meeting. The meeting included an update from the chairs of the Cape and Islands Bridge Coalition, a regional transportation planning update from the Cape Cod Commission, and a discussion with our federal delegation staff on funding for the projects. And I've attached the presentation that was given to this report. It's in the town manager reports on our website. Progress continues to be made on permitting and securing funding for the project. As part of the Cape Cod Commission staff update, they referenced the release of the draft Transportation Improvement Plan, Amendment 2, to the federal fiscal year 2025 through 2029. It's under a 21-day public comment period. And this Amendment 2 includes $365 million for the Cape and Island Bridges Program Phase 1, which is the Sagamore Bridge. And this will be utilizing federal bridge investment funds. The federal fiscal year 2025 to 2029 TIP amendment handout required written comments by December 9th. And we have made those written comments, and I've attached that letter as well. A virtual public meeting at the Cape Cod Metropolitan Planning Organization is scheduled for Monday, December 16, 2024 at 1 p.m. to hear additional public comment and consider endorsements or support or any comment relevant to this federal fiscal 2025 to 2029 TIP amendment. I would note that Director Santos from our Department of Public Works will be in attendance and comment relevant to our support of this amendment. The representatives from our federal delegation addressed their understanding of the status of the federal funding for the Sagamore Bridge project. The funding is identified, but it has not been contracted yet. It means it's not secured yet, but it has been identified. They are cautiously optimistic that the funds will be available to proceed with the Sagamore Bridge project. And the next Cape and Islands Bridge Coalition meeting will be in March of 2025. We'll keep you advised as this progresses. As you may recall, Sean Hogan, our Environmental and Sustainability Manager, partnered with the Department of Energy Resources for a grant through the U.S. Department of Energy's Transmission, Siting, and Economic Development Program. Projects through this grant are to be funded by the Inflation Reduction Act. It's for a microgrid that will involve our Barnstable Public High School, the Intermediate School, and the Barnstable Adult Community Center, and would allow this campus to operate independently of the grid in the case of a regional power failure. The Intermediate School is our emergency shelter for the town and the central region of the Cape, and this supports that important role. The project, when implemented, is expected to significantly lower energy costs, improve indoor air quality, and strengthen climate resilience for these town assets. Sean Hogan and David Anthony met with Sarah Ahern, our public school superintendent, our finance director for schools, Chris Dwelly, and Doug Bolander, director of school facilities, last week to discuss the status and information regarding the project. An important part of the early stages of the project's design involved the schools in the town working together to identify what other school capital projects are funded and planned that might impact or duplicate the efforts of the microgrid grant. The careful coordination at this stage is critical as we prepare for the official effort to prepare the preliminary design for the microgrid. There will be follow-up coordination meetings after the first of the year. It is important to note that the proposed federal microgrid grant relies heavily on certain key factors. Specifically, there's a need to be a 5% constructed transmission project in Barnstable. In addition, there's an expectation that the microgrid project needs to be studied more deeply to justify the cost and available technologies to support the proposed outcomes. Once we get the go-ahead from the granting agency, we'll have 4 years to design, construct, and commission the microgrid. We'll keep you advised as this project progresses. Our Barnstable Harbor Master received the 2024 Boater's Choice Award from DOCWA, an organization that facilitates communication between boaters and marina operators. The transient mooring program in Barnstable was established to allow boaters access to moorings while visiting Barnstable. It allows the residents and visitors access to a mooring on a temporary basis. Last year, we booked 197 total days on all transient moorings for recreational users. We currently have 2 transient moorings in Catuit Bay. These moorings were selected as one of the 2024 Boater's Choice Award winners. This recognition honors programs that go above and beyond to deliver exceptional experiences for boaters. Good job, Harbor Master and Marine Environmental Affairs Department. That concludes my town manager update. And at this time, I'd ask Chris Gadd, Communications Assistant for the Department of Public Works, to provide an update on water resource management planning, including our comprehensive wastewater management plan.
Hi, my name is Chris Gadd, and I'm the Communications Assistant for the Town of Barnstable's Department of Public Works, here to give you your water resources management update. First of all, some administrative items. The watershed permit that we keep working on, has completed Mass DEP administrative review and technical review, and last week we held a draft permit review meeting with Mass DEP. It continues to progress along the approval process, and it will be approved and awarded soon. We don't have a firm timeline on that, but it is going well. Everyone is just being very diligent about it, and making sure all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted. In addition, the Comprehensive Wastewater Management Plan Ad Hoc Committee has been meeting monthly. They've actually got a meeting on Monday, the 16th of December. They are instrumental in preparing policy and adaptive management recommendations, which is part of the 5-year update to the Comprehensive Wastewater Management Plan. We've changed up the format a little bit of this slide deck. Previously, it was reported with all the projects, and in each project, it was what the available connections are. But as we have more completed projects, we wanted to give you a greater overview of what is available. So you will see that Strawberry Hill Road is the project with the most recent available connections, currently sitting at 63 completed connections with 19 permits. Route 28 East, we are going to be sending the notice of sewer availability by the end of the year, hopefully sooner. It is just a few last little things before we send out that notice. After we send it out, then it goes to the treasurer tax collector to send out their estimated assessment. Then it is notice is sent out by the health division. They send the notice of sewer hookup eligibility, and that's when you have the 6 months to connect. And then the last part of that is the final assessment from the treasurer tax collector. Moving on to our active construction, Centerville Village Sewer Expansion Project North Phase. As we previously reported, CC Construction has been doing some pre-construction activity in December, especially along the northern area of Chute Flying Hill Road. The actual sewer construction will begin in January 2025, and it is scheduled to be completed in spring of 2027. Of course, as if there is any traffic advisory or any impacts to the local area as construction progresses, we will post traffic advisories and we'll send it out through Barnstable e-news, and we'll keep everyone informed. Centerville Village South Phase, this is in the 50% design plans reviewed. We do anticipate an informational meeting being held in spring of 2025, with construction anticipated in fall of 2025. Route 28 West, this was previously on our additional projects in design, but it has advanced far enough where we're going to show you the map, and we anticipate an informational meeting in spring of 2025, with the construction anticipated to start in fall of 2025. And then here's the additional sewer expansion projects that are currently in design. The two main updates here are that Finney's Lane Neighborhoods, that final design was awarded to Weston Sampson. The construction on that is anticipated to commence in fall of 2026. And then the Long Pond area and Long Beach Road projects, the preliminary design has been completed, so we are now preparing an RFP for final design. That project is anticipated to begin construction in 2027. We continue to work on all the other projects and will update you as updates are available. 720 Main Street, if you've driven by recently, you will have seen the structure that you also see on this slide. The project overall is about 70% complete. We have resumed in-road work, especially along Dumont Drive, which will connect into the pump station. We have a few other in-road connections to make, and as we get more information about those, we'll post traffic advisories and let anyone know if there's any impacts to traffic. Construction on that is anticipated to be completed in spring of 2025, which is on schedule and on budget. The water pollution control facility, the update here is really that the 90% design review is anticipated to be received in January of 2025, and it remains on track for construction to begin in fall of 2025. Straightway and Hyannisport water treatment facilities. It is currently in the permitting stage. There is more permits than other areas, hence why it's taking a little bit longer. Not an issue with the permits, simply just more paperwork to fill out, but it is still on track for a fall 2025 anticipated construction start. And then lastly, our water quality, Clamshell Cove Road and Old Shore Road, the stormwater improvement projects. Construction on that is anticipated to begin in fall of 2025. We're gonna have a very busy fall next year. This past week, Mystic Lake got its alum treatment from the 3rd to the 5th, and you can see the barge there that was used to accomplish that. Now we are looking at Mill Pond and potentially doing some dredging over there to address nitrogen levels. We held a kickoff meeting on December 5th with the Woods Hole Group. Woods Hole Group is now compiling existing data, identifying any gaps, and they'll work on all the data collection and alternatives analysis. We anticipate that to be completed roughly June 2025, at which point we'll be able to evaluate and go forth and see what we need to do and what the best course of action is. And then just a reminder that the cyanobacteria monitoring program and the floating treatment wetland pilot project are still quote unquote active projects. They're just kind of away for the winter, but they will be back in spring of 2025. And with that, that concludes the water resources management update for this month. We hope you have a happy, healthy, wonderful, and joyous holiday season, and we'll see you in 2025. Thank you.